Introduction to Devil's Bridge and its dark reputation. Deep in the heart of Europe, hidden within a dense and ancient forest, lies a bridge like no other. Its single elegant arch spans a rocky gorge, reflecting perfectly in the waters below to form an unbroken circle. The structure is both breathtaking and unnerving, a place where beauty and mystery coexist. This is Devil's Bridge, known locally as Teufelsbrücke, and for centuries it has been a source of fascination, fear, and unexplainable disappearances. The bridge, built during the Middle Ages, is an extraordinary example of early engineering. Its construction, shrouded in secrecy and steeped in folklore, was an ambitious endeavor. Legends tell of the sheer impossibility of the project, with local builders unable to complete the arch over the treacherous gorge. The story goes that in desperation, the builder struck a deal with the devil himself in exchange for his assistance. The devil demanded the soul of the first being to cross the bridge. The builder agreed, but when the bridge was completed, he outwitted the devil by sending a goat across instead of a human. Furious at the trickery, the devil cursed the bridge, vowing it would forever be a portal to misfortune and despair. To this day, the locals warn travelers to tread carefully, especially at dusk when the light fades and the forest shadows seem to come alive. A place of duality, beauty, and dread. At first glance, Devil's Bridge is an idyllic scene, attracting photographers, hikers, and history enthusiasts from all over the world. Its flawless symmetry and the mirror-like reflection in the water create an almost otherworldly image. It's easy to see why it has become a destination for artists and adventurers alike. But beneath its serene appearance lies a darker narrative. Locals speak of an unshakable feeling of unease when standing on the bridge. Many claim to feel a sense of being watched, an unnatural chill or a weight pressing down on their chest. Over the centuries, whispers of disappearances, strange sightings, and inexplicable events have given the bridge a reputation as a cursed and dangerous place. The disappearances begin. The first recorded vanishing dates back to the late 19th century, when a merchant crossing the bridge with his caravan disappeared without a trace. His assistants, following behind, found the wagon abandoned in the middle of the bridge. The horses were still tethered, but the merchant was gone. No sign of a struggle, no footprints leading away, just silence. Since then, the disappearances have become part of the bridge's chilling lore. Travelers passing through the area sometimes report strange occurrences, hearing voices that call out their names, seeing fleeting shadows moving just beyond their vision, or noticing objects on the bridge that vanish moments later. While some dismiss these as tricks of the mind, others believe they are warning signs that the bridge is still cursed. The legends that persist. Over time, the folklore surrounding Devil's Bridge has only grown. Some say it is a place where the barrier between worlds is thin, a liminal space where the natural and supernatural collide. Others believe the bridge itself is a portal, capable of swallowing those who dare to cross it. In local lore, there are specific rules about crossing the bridge. Never cross the bridge at night. Avoid it during heavy fog. Do not linger too long in the middle, and never look back once you've crossed. These rules, passed down through generations, reflect the fear and reverence the locals hold for the bridge. They also serve as a stark reminder of the many who ignored them and vanished without a trace, a legacy of mystery. Today, Devil's Bridge stands as both a historical monument and an enduring enigma. It is a place that invites admiration and unease in equal measure. Visitors who come to marvel at its beauty often leave with more questions than answers, their imaginations ignited by the bridge's dark past. Whether it is truly cursed or merely a place of coincidental tragedies, Devil's Bridge continues to captivate those who dare to explore its secrets. Its legend grows with every passing year, ensuring that its name will forever be associated with mystery, misfortune, and the unknown. The legends of Devil's Bridge. Every ancient structure has a story, but the legends of Devil's Bridge are as enduring as the stones that form its arch. These tales, passed down through generations, intertwine history, superstition, and fear. For locals, the bridge is more than a crossing. It's a place steeped in cautionary tales of deals with the devil, curses, and the inexplicable forces that seem to linger there. The Pact with the Devil. The most famous legend surrounding Devil's Bridge is the story of its creation, a tale that has cemented its reputation as a cursed structure. The story begins with a builder, tasked with constructing a bridge over the treacherous gorge. The task was seemingly impossible. The river's powerful currents and the sheer cliffs made the construction dangerously impractical. After repeated failures and mounting pressure, the builder was said to have struck a desperate deal with the devil himself. In exchange for his help, the devil demanded the soul of the first being to cross the completed bridge. The builder, out of options, agreed to the terms. With supernatural assistance, the bridge was constructed in record time, its perfect arch standing as a testament to the deal. However, the builder devised a clever plan to outwit the devil. Instead of allowing a human to cross the bridge first, he sent a goat in their place. Enraged at being tricked, the devil is said to have cursed the bridge, vowing that it would bring misfortune to all who crossed it. Some versions of the tale claim that the devil struck the bridge in anger, leaving behind scorch marks or cracks in the stone, which locals say can still be seen today. A portal between worlds. Beyond the tale of the Builder's Pact, there is another, more ethereal legend associated with Devil's Bridge. Many locals believe that the bridge is more than just a physical structure. It is a liminal space, a gateway between the world of the living and the world of the dead. According to folklore, the bridge exists in a place where the natural and supernatural realms overlap. Those who cross it during certain times at dusk, during heavy fog, or under a full moon are said to risk being drawn into another dimension. Stories abound of travelers who stepped onto the bridge, only to disappear into thin air, leaving behind their belongings as if they had been plucked from existence. These tales are reinforced by accounts of strange phenomena, inexplicable whispers that seem to come from the stones, fleeting shadows that dart across the bridge's surface, and an overwhelming sense of dread that some visitors report feeling when standing in the middle of the arch. The rules of the bridge. The legends have given rise to a set of unwritten rules that locals follow to this day. Never cross at night. Darkness is believed to amplify the bridge's sinister powers. Travelers are warned to avoid the bridge after sunset, as many of the reported disappearances have occurred during the night. Avoid crossing alone. Being alone on the bridge is said to make one more vulnerable to its curse. Groups are considered safer, though. The bridge's legends suggest that even they are not immune. Do not linger in the middle. The middle of the bridge is believed to be the most dangerous spot, the point where the veil between worlds is thinnest. Those who stand too long in this spot often report feeling lightheaded, disoriented, or inexplicably drawn toward the edges. Never look back. A recurring theme in the legends is the warning to never look back once you've crossed. To do so, some say, is to invite the bridge's curse to follow you. These rules, though rooted in superstition, reflect the deep unease that surrounds the bridge. For locals, they are not just cautionary tales, but survival tips passed down through the generations. The bridge's unnatural atmosphere. Over the years, visitors to Devil's Bridge have reported strange and inexplicable experiences. Some describe hearing whispers or faint laughter as they approach the bridge, only to find no one there. Others claim to see shadows watching them from a distance, only to vanish when approached. The bridge itself seems to exude an unnatural chill. Even on warm days, travelers often report feeling a sudden drop in temperature as they step onto its stones. This has led some to believe that the bridge is alive in some way, imbued with the energy of the countless lives it has claimed over the centuries. One particularly unsettling account comes from a local farmer who claims to have seen glowing orbs of light hovering near the bridge late one night. As he approached, the lights flickered and disappeared, leaving him shaken and unsure of what he had witnessed. Stories like these are common and only add to the bridge's eerie reputation, a place of reverence and fear. For centuries, Devil's Bridge has been a symbol of humanity's ambition and the supernatural forces that sometimes seem to oppose it. The legends surrounding the bridge have transformed it from a mere structure into a place of reverence and fear, a reminder of the consequences of making deals with powers beyond our understanding. Today, the bridge attracts visitors from all over the world, drawn by its beauty and its legends. Some come seeking answers, others come seeking thrills, and a few come simply to marvel at the stories that have stood the test of time. But for the locals, Devil's Bridge is more than just a destination. It is a living reminder of the thin line between the natural and the supernatural. The disappearances. The mystery of Devil's Bridge is not confined to the legends of its construction or its eerie atmosphere. Over the centuries, an unsettling number of disappearances have been reported around the bridge, each case adding another layer to its dark reputation. From lone travelers to entire groups, those who vanish leave behind more questions than answers, their stories fueling speculation and fear. The first recorded vanishing, 1856. One of the earliest recorded disappearances at Devil's Bridge dates back to 1856, involving a merchant traveling with his caravan. He was well known in the region, a trader who frequently crossed the bridge as part of his route between nearby towns. On one fateful night, as his assistants walked behind him on foot, a thick fog rolled in, enveloping the bridge. The assistants reported hearing the merchant's voice one moment, and silence the next. When the fog cleared, the merchant was gone. His wagon stood abandoned in the middle of the bridge, the horses still tethered and calm. His belongings, including a bag of coins and personal effects, were untouched. Despite extensive searches of the surrounding forest and river, no trace of the merchant was ever found. His disappearance became the first of many attributed to the bridge's curse. The hiking party disappearance, 1973. Nearly a century later, in 1973, Devil's Bridge was the site of another baffling incident. A group of 5 hikers experienced in navigating the rugged terrain set out to explore the forest surrounding the bridge. They were last seen by a local farmer crossing the bridge just before sunset, laughing and chatting as they made their way across. When the hikers failed to return the following day, a search party was organized. Days of searching yielded little except for their abandoned campsite near the bridge. Their tents were intact, their supplies untouched, and their personal items, including maps and cameras, were left behind. Strangely, the hikers' footprints led to the bridge and stopped abruptly in the middle, as if they had vanished into thin air. Despite extensive efforts by local authorities, the hikers were never found. The case remains open with no explanation for their disappearance. To this day, hikers and adventurers are warned to avoid the bridge, particularly during twilight hours. The cyclist incident, 2014. One of the more recent and well-documented cases occurred in 2014, involving a solo cyclist on a long-distance tour. The cyclist, an avid traveler, was documenting his journey through the region on social media. His last post included a photo of Devil's Bridge taken at sunset, accompanied by the caption, "This place feels like another world." That was the last anyone heard from him. When the cyclist failed to check in with his family, a search was launched. Days later, his bicycle was discovered, leaning against the railing of the bridge. His backpack, containing food, water, and a fully charged phone, was found nearby. Despite a thorough search of the area, including drones and scent dogs, no other traces of the cyclist were ever recovered. The photo he posted before his disappearance continues to circulate online, with some claiming they see shadowy figures in the background or faint, glowing lights near the edge of the bridge. These claims, while unverified, add to the eerie allure of the case. Common patterns. While the details of each disappearance vary, certain patterns have emerged over the years. Abandoned belongings. In nearly all cases, those who vanish leave behind their possessions, sometimes in pristine condition. Bags, shoes, and even vehicles are often found near the bridge, as if the victim simply stepped away for a moment and never returned. Lack of evidence. Despite thorough searches, including divers scouring the river and teams combing the forest, no physical remains or significant clues have ever been found. This complete lack of evidence is one of the most baffling aspects of the disappearances. Witness accounts. Many of the vanishings are preceded by unusual phenomena. Witnesses have reported sudden fogs, strange lights, and inexplicable sounds, whispers, laughter, or footsteps that seem to come from nowhere. These phenomena often occur shortly before or during a disappearance. Time of day. Most vanishings occur at dusk or during the night, times when visibility is limited, and the bridge's eerie atmosphere is at its peak. This has led to the belief that the bridge is most dangerous during these hours. Theories about the disappearances. The disappearances have given rise to a wide range of theories, each attempting to explain the unexplainable, natural causes. Some argue that the disappearances could be attributed to environmental factors. The gorge below the bridge is steep and treacherous, and the river's powerful currents could carry away anyone who falls. However, this theory fails to explain the lack of bodies or debris. Human involvement. Another theory suggests foul play. The remote location of the bridge could make it an ideal site for crimes such as kidnappings or murders. However, the absence of struggle, marks, or physical evidence casts doubt on this explanation. Paranormal activity. Many believe the vanishings are tied to the bridge's supernatural reputation. Could the curse placed on the bridge truly have the power to claim lives? Stories of shadowy figures and strange lights lend credence to this idea. For those who believe in the paranormal, a dimensional rift, one of the more speculative theories, posits that Devil's Bridge serves as a portal to another dimension. The abrupt nature of the disappearances and the lack of evidence have led some to believe that the bridge is a gateway to another world, one from which there is no return, an enduring mystery. The disappearances at Devil's Bridge remain one of the most chilling aspects of its legacy. Each case adds to the enigma, drawing curious visitors and investigators to the site, hoping to uncover the truth. Yet, the bridge keeps its secrets well guarded, leaving behind only the haunting stories of those who stepped onto its stones and were never seen again. As the years pass, the bridge's reputation grows and its mysteries deepen. For those who dare to cross it, the question lingers: will they make it to the other side? Or will they join the ranks of those who vanished without a trace? The theories. The disappearances at Devil's Bridge have confounded investigators, locals, and visitors for centuries. With no definitive answers, theories have emerged in an attempt to explain the unexplainable. These range from natural causes and human actions to the supernatural and otherworldly, each offering its own perspective on the mystery. Theory 1: Natural causes. One of the most widely accepted theories is that the disappearances are the result of environmental hazards. The area surrounding Devil's Bridge is known for its treacherous terrain, steep cliffs and fast-moving river. Thick fog often blankets the gorge, especially in the early morning or late evening, significantly reducing visibility. Travelers unfamiliar with the area could easily lose their footing and fall into the gorge below. The river itself is powerful, with currents strong enough to sweep away debris and potentially bodies, leaving little trace behind. Some argue that those who vanish may have fallen victim to these natural dangers, their remains carried downstream or buried beneath sediment. However, this theory has its limitations. The lack of debris, such as torn clothing or belongings, raises questions about how nature alone could account for the complete disappearance of individuals and groups. Additionally, the eerie phenomena reported strange lights, whispers, and sudden chills are difficult to explain through natural causes alone. Theory 2: Human involvement. Another possibility is that human actions play a role in the disappearances. The remote and isolated nature of Devil's Bridge makes it an ideal location for criminal activity. It is plausible that some of the vanishings could be the result of foul play, such as kidnappings or murders. Supporters of this theory often point to the pattern of belongings left behind. Could these be staged to divert suspicion, making the disappearances seem more mysterious than they are? Additionally, the gaps in witness accounts and the absence of clear evidence could indicate that someone is deliberately covering their tracks. Critics of this theory, however, note the lack of any concrete evidence, such as signs of a struggle or physical remains. Furthermore, the bridge has been the site of unexplained phenomena for centuries, long before modern notions of criminal motives. Theory 3: Paranormal activity. The supernatural is perhaps the most compelling explanation for many. The stories and legends surrounding Devil's Bridge have fostered a belief that the structure itself is cursed. According to folklore, the bridge is a place where the veil between the natural and supernatural worlds is thin. Shadowy figures, glowing orbs, and whispers in the air are often attributed to spirits or entities tied to the bridge's dark history. Those who subscribe to this theory argue that the bridge may be actively claiming lives. The idea of a cursed bridge, reinforced by centuries of oral tradition, suggests that anyone who crosses it during certain times, like twilight or heavy fog, risks falling victim to its powers. Paranormal investigators who have visited the bridge often report feeling a sense of dread or disorientation, which they interpret as evidence of the supernatural. While skeptics dismiss these claims as imaginative or exaggerated, the sheer volume of eyewitness accounts keeps the paranormal theory alive. Whether it's a vengeful spirit, residual energy, or something beyond human understanding, the bridge's supernatural reputation cannot be ignored. Theory 4: Dimensional rift or portal. One of the most intriguing theories posits that Devil's Bridge is not just a physical structure, but a gateway to another dimension. According to this idea, the bridge may function as a portal or rift, drawing people into an alternate reality or plane of existence. Supporters of this theory point to the abrupt nature of the disappearances, footsteps that stop suddenly, belongings left untouched, and no physical evidence left behind. These characteristics suggest that the vanished individuals didn't simply fall or run away, but were transported elsewhere. Additionally, the strange phenomena reported near the bridge, such as time distortions, glowing lights, and disembodied voices, are interpreted as signs of a dimensional anomaly. While there is no scientific evidence to support this theory, it captures the imagination of many, who are fascinated by the possibilities of parallel worlds and unexplained phenomena. Theory 5: Psychological influence. A more modern theory explores the possibility of psychological influence. Devil's Bridge, with its eerie legends and unsettling atmosphere, may amplify the power of suggestion, leading individuals to behave irrationally. The combination of isolation, heightened emotions, and the power of folklore could create a psychological trap that affects those who cross the bridge. For example, someone walking across the bridge alone at dusk might hear a natural sound like the rustling of leaves but interpret it as a whisper due to their heightened state of fear. This could trigger panic, disorientation, or even hallucinations, leading them to wander off into dangerous terrain. This theory aligns with scientific studies on the effects of isolation and fear on the human mind. However, it does not fully explain the disappearances of groups, such as the hiking party in 1973, nor does it account for physical phenomena like the glowing orbs reported by witnesses. Theory 6: A combination of factors. Finally, some argue that there is no single explanation for the disappearances at Devil's Bridge. Instead, they suggest a combination of factors: natural hazards, human actions, psychological influence, and even the supernatural. This approach acknowledges the complexity of the mystery and the possibility that different cases may have different causes. For example, while some disappearances may be the result of accidents or foul play, others could be tied to the bridge's unique atmosphere and the legends surrounding it. This multifaceted theory allows for the coexistence of rational and irrational explanations, reflecting the enduring enigma of Devil's Bridge. Lingering questions. While each theory offers potential answers, none are definitive. The disappearances at Devil's Bridge remain a mystery, leaving behind unanswered questions. Why are belongings often left behind in perfect condition? What accounts for the glowing lights and whispers reported by witnesses? How do we explain the lack of physical evidence? In an era of advanced search technology, could the bridge's legends and history play a more active role in the vanishings than we realize? Theories that reflect the unknown. Theories about Devil's Bridge are as varied as the people who tell them. Each one reflects a different way of understanding the unknown, whether through science, folklore, or the supernatural. The bridge's mystery lies in its ability to defy explanation, forcing us to confront the limits of what we can understand. For those who visit Devil's Bridge, the question is not just what happened to those who disappeared, but whether the bridge itself holds the answers or whether it's better to leave its secrets undisturbed. The legacy of Devil's Bridge. Devil's Bridge is more than just a structure, it's a symbol, a story, and a living legend. For centuries, its dark reputation has drawn people from all walks of life: historians, travelers, adventurers, and paranormal enthusiasts, all captivated by the bridge's eerie history and the mysteries it holds. Its legacy is one of intrigue and fear, a place where the lines between reality and folklore blur. A cultural icon of mystery. Over the years, Devil's Bridge has transcended its origins as a medieval engineering marvel to become a cultural icon. Its unique architecture and stunning reflection on the water have made it a favorite subject for photographers and artists. The bridge's haunting beauty, paired with its sinister reputation, creates a sense of duality that resonates deeply with visitors. It is both a place of inspiration and a reminder of the unknown. Local folklore has ensured that the bridge's story is passed down through generations. For the nearby communities, it's more than just a historical landmark. It's a living part of their cultural identity. The tales of curses, supernatural forces, and disappearances are retold in schools, at family gatherings, and during local festivals. These stories have shaped the bridge's legacy, keeping its mystery alive even in the modern age. Tourism and curiosity. In recent decades, Devil's Bridge has become a hotspot for tourism, attracting thousands of visitors each year. Some come to admire its architectural beauty and natural surroundings, while others are drawn by the chilling stories of disappearances and paranormal activity. Guided tours often include stops at the bridge, where local guides recount its history and legends, blending fact with folklore. For thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts, the bridge is a must-visit destination. Ghost hunters and investigators frequently visit the site, hoping to capture evidence of supernatural phenomena. Some bring specialized equipment, infrared cameras, EMF detectors, and voice recorders, while others rely on their own senses to detect the bridge's energy. However, tourism has also brought challenges. The influx of visitors has raised concerns about preserving the bridge and its surrounding environment. Local authorities have implemented measures to protect the area, including restricted access during certain times and limits on foot traffic. Despite these efforts, the bridge's enduring popularity shows no signs of waning. Impact on popular culture. The legend of Devil's Bridge has found its way into popular culture, inspiring books, films, and even music. Its story is often adapted or referenced in fictional works, serving as a backdrop for tales of mystery and horror. The bridge's reputation as a cursed and haunted location makes it a compelling setting for narratives that explore the darker aspects of human nature and the unknown. One notable example is the appearance of Devil's Bridge in supernatural-themed novels, where it serves as a portal to other worlds, or the site of climactic confrontations between good and evil. Similarly, filmmakers have used the bridge's haunting atmosphere to create visually stunning and emotionally charged scenes, blending its real-world history with fictionalized accounts. Documentaries and podcasts have also explored the bridge's mysteries, often delving into the psychological and cultural significance of its legends. These media have brought the story of Devil's Bridge to a global audience, ensuring its legacy continues to grow. A place of fear and reverence. For locals, Devil's Bridge is more than a tourist attraction or a cultural landmark. It is a place of reverence and caution. While they may take pride in the bridge's historical significance and its role in local folklore, many avoid it altogether, especially at night. The stories of disappearances, strange phenomena, and the bridge's alleged curse are taken seriously, even by those who outwardly dismiss them as myths. Some residents perform small rituals when crossing the bridge, such as leaving offerings of flowers or coins at its base, as a way to appease whatever forces might linger there. Others refuse to speak of the bridge's darker history, believing that discussing it invites misfortune. A legacy of unanswered questions. Perhaps the most enduring aspect of Devil's Bridge is its ability to provoke questions that defy easy answers. What causes the strange phenomena reported by so many visitors? Are the disappearances the result of natural hazards, human actions, or something beyond our understanding? And why does the bridge continue to inspire such a strong emotional reaction in those who visit? The bridge's legacy lies in its ambiguity. It forces us to confront the unknown, to grapple with the limits of what we can explain. For some, it is a place of fear. For others, it is a reminder of the beauty and mystery of the world. But for all, it is a testament to the power of storytelling and the human need to seek meaning in the unexplainable. Devil's Bridge today. Today, Devil's Bridge remains a place where history, folklore, and mystery converge. It stands as a testament to the ingenuity of its builders and the enduring power of human imagination. Whether you visit to marvel at its beauty, to explore its legends, or to uncover its secrets, one thing is certain: Devil's Bridge will leave an impression that lingers long after you've left. Its story continues to grow with every new visitor, every retelling of its legends, and every attempt to solve its mysteries. Devil's Bridge is not just a place, it is an experience, a challenge to the boundaries of our understanding, and a reminder that some questions are meant to remain unanswered. Conclusion. The mystery of Devil's Bridge remains unsolved, a place where history, folklore, and the unknown intertwine. Its beauty draws visitors, but its dark reputation leaves them questioning what lies beneath its surface. Is it a cursed relic, a site of supernatural power, or simply a victim of legend and fear? What do you believe? Could the answers to the disappearances be rooted in nature, human actions, or something beyond our understanding? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the shadows, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more stories that uncover the mysteries of our world.
Los Angeles, a city of dreams and shadows. In downtown, the Cecil Hotel stands as a reminder of this duality. Built in 1924, its grand design once beckoned travelers. Over time, the hotel's facade revealed a more sinister reality. Whispers of strange occurrences and unsettling events began to circulate. Skid Row's struggles seeped into the Cecil Hotel's identity. The hotel became synonymous with misfortune and tragedy. Unexplained deaths and violent crimes cast a pall over the building. The Cecil became a magnet for darkness. Infamous figures like Richard Ramirez and Jack Unterweger stayed there, staining its history. So, Elisa Lam was born in Vancouver, Canada. She had a lot of potential, but also faced some tough times. She was really open about the things she loved and also about her struggles with bipolar disorder and depression. Even though she was fighting these battles inside, Elisa was a strong person. She didn't give up. She had this big dream of traveling the world and making a difference. And in January of 2013, she started a trip by herself, all across the country, sharing her adventures online. Elisa arrived at the Cecil Hotel on January 28, 2013. She explored Los Angeles with enthusiasm, documenting her adventures. However, a sense of unease began to creep into her journey. Her roommates complained about her erratic behavior. The hotel staff moved Elisa to a private room. Elisa grappled with bipolar disorder and depression. She experienced extreme shifts in mood and energy. Despite her condition, Elisa refused to let it define her. She shared her experiences on her blog, connecting with others. Elisa sought professional help and advocated for mental health awareness. Travel represented a journey of self-discovery for Elisa. In January 2013, she embarked on a solo trip along the West Coast. Each destination promised adventure and inspiration. Elisa meticulously planned her itinerary and shared updates with loved ones. She documented her experiences, capturing the beauty of her journey. Elisa's arrival in Los Angeles marked a turning point. The Cecil Hotel's dark history became a backdrop for her unraveling. Her online presence took on a more introspective tone. Her roommates noticed irregularities in her behavior. Elisa's appearance became disheveled and she withdrew into herself. The LAPD turned to the Cecil Hotel's security footage. A security camera captured Elisa's final recorded moments. The footage, released on February 13, 2013, ignited a firestorm of speculation. Elisa's presence in the elevator on January 31st was documented. The scene appeared mundane, but her behavior was unsettling. The elevator doors revealed Elisa Lam, her movements fluid. She pressed a button, then glanced over her shoulder with unease. The elevator doors refused to close, heightening her anxiety. Elisa stepped out, her body language radiating fear. Her final moments were captured, leaving a chilling mystery. The elevator footage ignited a digital firestorm. Amateur sleuths and true crime enthusiasts dissected every frame. Some argued Elisa's behavior indicated a mental health crisis. Others saw evidence of her being pursued. The missing timestamps fueled speculation of a cover-up. Despite countless hours of analysis, the true meaning remains elusive. The footage offers no easy answers, only a chilling glimpse into a mystery. It serves as a cautionary tale about mental illness and personal safety. Elisa Lam's story continues to captivate and fuel our fascination with the unknown. It stands as a testament to the enduring power of mystery and the human need for closure. As days turned into weeks, the search for Elisa Lam intensified, yet the mystery of her disappearance only deepened. The LAPD, frustrated by dead ends and the lack of concrete leads, followed every possible thread, their investigation winding through the labyrinthine corridors of the Cecil Hotel and the sprawling streets of Los Angeles. Within the hotel's walls, an undercurrent of unease mingled with the stench of bleach and disinfectant. The staff, accustomed to the building's grim reputation, couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. The guests, their conversations hushed, their eyes darting nervously towards shadowy corners, spoke in hushed tones about the missing student and the hotel's dark history. Then whispers of a different kind began to circulate, whispers of a more tangible problem: the hotel's water supply. Guests complained of low water pressure, the lifeblood of the building reduced to a trickle. Others noticed a change in the water's color, a murky hue that hinted at something amiss in the depths of the hotel's plumbing. A few guests, their senses heightened by the growing unease, reported a foul taste in the water, a metallic tang that lingered on their tongues long after they turned off the tap. These complaints, initially dismissed as routine maintenance issues, would soon lead to a horrifying discovery, one that would forever etch Elisa Lam's name into the Cecil Hotel's tragic narrative. On February 19, 2013, nearly 3 weeks after Elisa Lam's last known sighting, a maintenance worker named Santiago Lopez ascended to the Cecil Hotel's rooftop, his mission to investigate the persistent complaints about the water supply. The rooftop, a desolate expanse of concrete and metal, offered a panoramic view of the city below, but Lopez was focused on a more immediate task: inspecting the hotel's water tanks. These massive cylindrical structures, positioned like sentinels at the edge of the roof, held the key to the hotel's water supply. Accessing them required climbing a ladder, removing a heavy metal lid, and peering into the depths of the tanks, a routine but physically demanding task. As Lopez approached one of the tanks, a pungent odor, heavy and nauseating, wafted towards him. He paused, his senses on high alert, his mind struggling to place the unsettling smell. It was a mixture of decay and stagnation, a scent that spoke of something long dead and forgotten. With a growing sense of dread, Lopez climbed the ladder, his hands gripping the metal rungs tightly. He reached the top of the tank, his heart pounding in his chest, and slowly lifted the heavy lid. What he saw inside would forever be seared into his memory, a horrifying tableau that defied explanation. The discovery of Elisa Lam's body sent shockwaves through the Cecil Hotel and beyond, transforming a missing persons case into a macabre mystery that captivated the world's attention. As investigators swarmed the rooftop, their movements a grim ballet against the backdrop of the city skyline, the question on everyone's mind was a chilling whisper: how? Elisa's body, recovered from the water tank and transported to the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office, bore the weight of her ordeal. Her skin, pale and wrinkled from prolonged exposure to water, offered no immediate clues to the cause of death. Her eyes, once full of life, stared blankly into the void, their secrets locked away in the silence of death. The autopsy, a meticulous examination of Elisa's remains, sought to unlock those secrets, to piece together the final moments of her life and determine the cause of her untimely demise. The findings, released weeks later, only deepened the mystery, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and fueling a firestorm of speculation. The official cause of death was ruled accidental drowning, a conclusion that provided little solace to Elisa's grieving family and friends. The toxicology report, a chemical analysis of her bodily fluids, revealed traces of her prescribed medications, but no evidence of illicit drugs or alcohol. Her death, it seemed, was not the result of foul play or a deliberate act, but a tragic accident shrouded in unsettling circumstances. The autopsy report, while providing a cause of death, failed to quell the unease surrounding Elisa Lam's case. The circumstances of her demise, her presence on the rooftop, her entry into the water tank, the lack of witnesses, defied easy explanation, leaving behind a void that speculation rushed to fill. How did Elisa gain access to the rooftop? The door leading to the roof was locked and equipped with an alarm, a seemingly insurmountable obstacle for someone acting alone. Had she bypassed the security measures, or had someone intentionally or unwittingly granted her access? The water tanks themselves presented another perplexing challenge. Each tank stood nearly 8 feet tall, its smooth metal sides offering no handholds, its heavy lid requiring significant strength to remove. How had Elisa, a petite young woman, managed to climb into the tank? And once inside, how had she closed the lid behind her, effectively trapping herself within its confines? Despite the lack of concrete answers, investigators theorized that Elisa's mental health may have played a role in her final actions. Her bipolar disorder, if left unmanaged, could have led to a psychotic episode, causing her to act in ways that defied logic and reason. Perhaps in a state of delusion or paranoia, she sought refuge on the rooftop, the water tank appearing as a safe haven from her troubled thoughts. The official explanation for Elisa Lam's death, as determined by the Los Angeles County Coroner's report, points to accidental drowning, likely influenced by her ongoing struggle with bipolar disorder. This theory, while grounded in the medical evidence, fails to fully satisfy those seeking a complete understanding of the events that led to her tragic end. Elisa's documented history of mental health challenges, including her bipolar diagnosis and bouts of depression, provides a crucial lens through which to view her final days. Bipolar disorder, a complex condition characterized by extreme shifts in mood, energy, and behavior, can manifest in unpredictable ways, particularly when left unmanaged or under periods of intense stress. Those experiencing a severe manic or depressive episode may exhibit symptoms such as paranoia, delusions, hallucinations, and impaired judgment, all of which could potentially explain Elisa's erratic behavior in the elevator and her seemingly illogical decision-making. The toxicology report, while revealing the presence of her prescribed medications, also indicated that some were present in levels lower than expected, suggesting potential inconsistencies in her medication regimen. Could a lapse in medication, coupled with the stress of solo travel and the unfamiliar environment of the Cecil Hotel, have triggered a psychotic break, leading Elisa down a path of confusion, fear, and ultimately tragedy? While this theory offers a plausible explanation for some of the case's more perplexing aspects, it fails to address the significant logistical challenges surrounding her access to the rooftop and her presence inside the water tank. While the official ruling points to an accidental drowning, the unsettling circumstances surrounding Elisa Lam's death have fueled speculation about potential foul play, casting a long shadow of doubt over the case. The Cecil Hotel's notorious past, intertwined with tales of violence, suicide, and criminal activity, only amplifies these suspicions. Elisa's behavior in the elevator, captured on the now infamous security footage, has become a focal point for those who suspect a more sinister explanation. Her nervous glances down the hallway, her attempts to hide in the elevator's corner, and her overall demeanor suggest a heightened sense of fear and paranoia, perhaps indicative of someone being followed or threatened. Furthermore, the unexplained gaps in the elevator footage, with missing timestamps and sections that appear to have been edited or deleted, raise questions about potential tampering with evidence. Was this simply a technical glitch, or did someone intentionally manipulate the footage to conceal incriminating information? The lack of signs of a struggle or forced entry on the rooftop and the absence of defensive wounds on Elisa's body complicate the theory of foul play. However, some argue that a perpetrator with the knowledge of the hotel's layout and security systems could have subdued Elisa without leaving obvious traces, perhaps using coercion or manipulation rather than brute force. The Cecil Hotel, with its long and troubled history, has become synonymous with the macabre, its very name evoking images of shadowy figures, unexplained occurrences, and a palpable sense of dread. It is no surprise, then, that Elisa Lam's tragic end within its walls has become intertwined with paranormal theories and urban legends, adding another layer of intrigue to an already perplexing case. For decades, the Cecil has been a magnet for tragedy, its corridors bearing witness to countless suicides, accidental deaths, and violent crimes. The hotel's association with notorious figures like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, who reportedly resided there during his reign of terror, has only solidified its reputation as a haven for darkness. Those who subscribe to the paranormal point to Elisa's erratic behavior in the elevator as evidence of her interaction with unseen forces. Her peculiar hand gestures, her seemingly random movements, and her apparent attempts to communicate with something outside the camera's view have been interpreted as signs of possession, spiritual communication, or the influence of malevolent entities. The hotel's water supply, contaminated by Elisa's body, has also become a source of speculation, with some suggesting that the water itself may have been a conduit for supernatural activity. The reports of foul taste and odor, coupled with the gruesome discovery of Elisa's remains, have fueled theories of a cursed building, its very infrastructure imbued with a sinister energy. In the age of instant information and online sleuthing, Elisa Lam's case became a global phenomenon, captivating the attention of internet users worldwide and sparking a frenzy of speculation, amateur investigations, and digital debates. The release of the elevator footage, with its chilling imagery and open-ended narrative, served as a catalyst, propelling the case into the realm of viral sensation. Online forums, social media platforms, and dedicated websites became virtual hubs for those seeking to unravel the mystery of Elisa's death. Amateur detectives, armed with screenshots, timelines, and a thirst for answers, dissected every detail of the case, proposing theories that ranged from the plausible to the outlandish. The internet's role in shaping public perception of the case cannot be overstated. While the LAPD conducted their investigation behind closed doors, the online world became a parallel universe where theories proliferated, evidence was scrutinized, and speculation ran rampant. The case highlighted both the power and the pitfalls of crowdsourced investigations, demonstrating the internet's ability to amplify information, connect individuals with shared interests, and fuel collective curiosity. However, this digital obsession with Elisa Lam's case also raised ethical concerns about the exploitation of tragedy for entertainment purposes and the potential for online harassment of those connected to the case. Elisa's family, already grappling with the devastating loss of their daughter, faced the added burden of navigating a digital landscape saturated with speculation, conspiracy theories, and often insensitive commentary. Despite the passage of time, the official ruling of accidental drowning, and the countless hours devoted to unraveling the mystery, Elisa Lam's case remains shrouded in unanswered questions, its enduring enigma continuing to captivate and unsettle in equal measure. The lack of definitive answers, coupled with the case's eerie details and the Cecil Hotel's sinister reputation, ensures that Elisa's story will continue to haunt our collective imagination. The circumstances surrounding Elisa's access to the rooftop remain a perplexing puzzle piece. How did she, seemingly alone and potentially in a state of mental distress, bypass the locked door, the alarm system, and the inherent dangers of navigating a dark and unfamiliar rooftop? Was this a feat of desperation, a calculated act, or something more inexplicable? The mechanics of Elisa's entry into the water tank present another baffling challenge. The tanks, tall, smooth-sided, and equipped with heavy lids, would have required considerable strength and dexterity to access. Did Elisa, in a moment of confusion or delusion, believe the tank offered safety or refuge? Or was her presence inside the result of factors yet unknown, perhaps involving another individual or a series of events we may never fully comprehend? These unanswered questions linger, casting a long shadow over the case and fueling speculation that extends beyond the realm of logic and reason. Elisa Lam's story, a tragic tapestry woven from threads of mental illness, urban legend, and the human need for answers, continues to fascinate and frustrate, reminding us that some mysteries may never be fully solved, their secrets forever locked away in the shadows of the Cecil Hotel. Elisa Lam's tragic death ignited a global conversation about mental health. Her story became a catalyst for empathy, confronting the stigma surrounding mental illness. Elisa wrote openly about her experiences with bipolar disorder and depression. Her words resonated with others, reflecting their own struggles. Her death served as a reminder that mental illness can affect anyone. Advocates used her story to educate about bipolar disorder and the importance of treatment. Elisa's legacy fostered a more open and compassionate dialogue on mental health. The Cecil Hotel, notorious for crime and misfortune, became infamous with Elisa Lam's tragic fate. Her story solidified the Cecil's haunted reputation, a place where reality and the macabre intersect. Elisa's body in the rooftop water tank brought renewed attention to the hotel's dark history. The media delved into tales of suicides, murders, and infamous figures like Richard Ramirez. The Cecil became a macabre tourist attraction, drawing curiosity seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. Despite rebranding attempts, the shadow of tragedy remained. The Cecil, haunted by its past, symbolized urban decay and human darkness. In 2017, the Cecil Hotel closed its doors, marking the end of an era. However, its story continued to resonate. In 2021, Netflix's documentary reignited public fascination. The Cecil's eerie legacy endures, a testament to the power of mystery and human fascination with the dark side of history. Elisa Lam's case unfolded at a pivotal moment in the evolution of true crime, an era in which the internet transformed into a vast web of amateur sleuths and digital detectives. Her story, with its unsettling details and viral elevator footage, became a digital campfire story, drawing millions into its enigmatic embrace. The internet's role in shaping the narrative cannot be overstated. It amplified the case's reach, connecting individuals from diverse backgrounds. However, this digital obsession also revealed the darker side of online true crime communities. The relentless pursuit of answers sometimes crossed ethical boundaries, with Elisa's story becoming fodder for entertainment rather than a reminder of a tragic loss. In the years since Elisa Lam's tragic death, her story has been told and retold, analyzed, debated, and reimagined countless times. It has been the subject of documentaries, podcasts, online forums, and even fictionalized accounts, each iteration adding another layer to the complex tapestry of her case. Yet, amidst the speculation, the theories, and the enduring mystery, it's crucial to remember Elisa Lam not just as a subject of intrigue, but as a young woman with her own unique story, her own dreams, aspirations, and struggles. Behind the headlines and the viral videos was a daughter, a sister, a friend, a human being whose life was tragically cut short. To truly honor Elisa's memory, we must approach her story with a delicate balance of curiosity and respect, acknowledging the tragedy of her loss while resisting the urge to exploit her case for entertainment or sensationalism. It's essential to engage with the ethical complexities of true crime, recognizing that behind every mystery lies a human life worthy of dignity and compassion. Elisa Lam's case, despite its enduring enigmas, offers valuable lessons about mental health awareness, the importance of personal safety, and the power and pitfalls of online communities in shaping our understanding of tragedy. By approaching her story with empathy, critical thinking, and a commitment to seeking truth responsibly, we can honor her memory while continuing to grapple with the unsettling questions that remain. The Cecil Hotel, now repurposed, stands as a silent sentinel, bearing countless untold stories. The echoes of Elisa Lam's final days still haunt its walls, a reminder of life's fragility and unanswered questions. Her image in the grainy elevator footage is indelible in our memory. Her erratic movements and nervous glances continue to spark debate and fuel speculation. The official explanation of accidental drowning fails to satisfy the need for a complete narrative. Unanswered questions linger. How did she access the rooftop? What compelled her to enter the water tank? Was it desperation, delusion, or something more sinister? These echoes refuse to be silenced, a testament to the enduring power of Elisa Lam's story. Her case, a tragic intersection of mental illness and mystery, continues to fascinate and frustrate, defying easy answers. As we grapple with Elisa Lam's case, it's essential to remember her humanity, a life cut tragically short, leaving behind a grieving family. In our pursuit of answers, we must not lose sight of Elisa's individuality and the profound sadness of her passing. The internet can reduce complex lives to mere plot points in a macabre narrative. Instead, let's approach Elisa's story with empathy and respect, acknowledging the impact of her loss. Remember, behind the headlines was a daughter, a sister, a friend. By focusing on the human, we honor Elisa's memory. Use her story to raise awareness about mental health and foster empathy. The Elisa Lam case remains a haunting mystery, its tendrils reaching into the darkest corners of our minds. We may never fully comprehend the events within the Cecil Hotel's walls, and perhaps in a strange way that's okay. Not every story has a neat and tidy ending. Sometimes the most we can hope for is to learn from tragedy. Elisa Lam's story offers valuable lessons about mental health awareness and personal safety. Let us honor her memory with empathy and critical thinking. Truth in the Shadow episode, The Silent Twins, the story of June and Jennifer Gibbons. Twins share a bond like no other, but the story of June and Jennifer Gibbons is unlike anything the world has ever seen. Known as the Silent Twins, these two sisters communicated in ways no one could understand, lived in a world only they could access, and ultimately shared a fate as mysterious as their lives. Born on April 11, 1963, in Barbados, June and Jennifer Gibbons were the daughters of Caribbean immigrants who later moved to Wales. Their childhood was marked by isolation and silence, setting the stage for a story that would baffle psychologists, doctors, and the world for decades to come. From an early age, June and Jennifer stood out, not just for being identical twins, but for their silence. Though physically healthy, the twins spoke little to anyone but each other. When they did speak, it was in a rapid, incomprehensible language that seemed to be their own. The Gibbons family settled in a predominantly white neighborhood where June and Jennifer faced relentless bullying and racial discrimination. This social alienation only deepened their bond. They became inseparable, withdrawing from the world around them and retreating into their own private universe. Together, the twins developed a secret language believed to be a sped-up mix of English and Bajan Creole. To outsiders, it was unintelligible, but to June and Jennifer, it was the key to their world, a world where only they belonged. Their behavior puzzled teachers and doctors alike. The twins refused to speak or interact with anyone outside of their bond. Even their families struggled to connect with them. At home, they would often mimic each other's movements, as if they were mirrors of the same soul. Psychologists diagnosed their behavior as selective mutism, a condition where individuals choose not to speak in certain situations. But for June and Jennifer, it was more than that. They had made a pact, vowing that no one else could penetrate their bond. It was a pact that would define their lives and ultimately their deaths. As the twins grew older, their isolation took a darker turn. In their teenage years, they began to lash out against the world they had rejected. Together, they embarked on a spree of petty crimes: vandalism, arson, and theft. In 1981, the twins were arrested after setting fire to a local building. Their crimes shocked their small community, but what shocked authorities even more was their silence. During interrogations, June and Jennifer refused to speak. It was as if they were daring the world to figure them out. The court deemed them dangerous and unpredictable. But instead of prison, the Gibbons twins were sent to Broadmoor Hospital, a high-security psychiatric facility. They were just 19 years old. Broadmoor was supposed to rehabilitate the twins. Instead, it became a prison for their minds. Over the next 12 years, June and Jennifer remained confined, heavily medicated, and largely misunderstood. They spent their days writing diaries, short stories, and novels, fictions that often mirrored their lives. Through their writings, glimpses of their inner world emerged. Jennifer often wrote about feeling trapped by her bond with June, while June described Jennifer as her tormentor. Their relationship, though unbreakable, was fraught with jealousy, anger, and a strange sense of dependency. Psychologists June and Jennifer had a unique dynamic. They were simultaneously each other's best friend and worst enemy. Their writings suggested a deep psychological struggle, two minds tethered so closely that they could not live apart, yet they could barely function together. In 1993, after more than a decade at Broadmoor, the twins were transferred to a lower security facility. They were finally on the path to freedom. But something strange happened during the journey. Upon arrival, Jennifer fell unconscious. Despite being in good health, she was pronounced dead from acute myocarditis, a sudden and unexplained inflammation of the heart. She was just 29 years old. Jennifer's death was as mysterious as her life. There were no signs of foul play or prior illness. Some believe it was a psychological phenomenon, a manifestation of the twins' lifelong pact, where Jennifer sacrificed herself to free June from their bond. After Jennifer's death, June began to speak openly for the first time in her life. She reintegrated into society, living a quiet life near her family. She rarely discussed her sister, but when she did, her words hinted at a profound loss and a sense of liberation. June, archival audio. We had to decide. One of us had to go for the other to live. She chose me. The story of June and Jennifer Gibbons continues to captivate psychologists, artists, and storytellers alike. Their lives raise profound questions about the nature of identity, the bonds of family, and the limits of human connection. Who were the silent twins? Were they victims of their environment, or was their bond something deeper, something beyond our understanding? The answers lie somewhere in the shadowy space between psychology and the supernatural. What do you think about the silent twins? Were they bound by a pact of love, fear, or something we can't comprehend? Share your thoughts in the comments below and join us next time as we uncover more mysteries that linger in the shadows.